Welcome to highlights from the 5th round of the CUPRA SimRacing Series from the Red Bull Ring in Austria. Moritz Lerner would have the pole position ahead of Bent Zupanek. Leandro Vela, who'd qualified in 4th position, would have a terrible launch and will be swallowed up by the main pack on the run up towards turn 1. Moritz Lerner would be leading the way from Bent Zupanek and Gergo Bowdy. It wouldn't take Zupanek long to make an attempt for the race lead, and he would take it. Moritz Lerner not being passed though by Gergo Bowdy, and this would allow Moritz Lerner to instantly fire back on Bent Zupanek, opening the door for Gergo. Couldn't quite find his way through, but now the top 5 were really battling for the race lead. In the background of that, Juan Manuel Gomez and Emery Chihan were going side by side. At the front, it would be Moritz Lerner and Bent Zupanek opening the door for Juan Manuel Gomez to get up into 2nd position. Emery Chihan took a bit too much on the curb at turn 2. This is further down in the pack with David Noj, who'd had a terrible qualifying session. A bit of contact there between Martin Barner and Kirill Antonov in the red car opened the door for Noj to get by Barner, and he certainly did so. Kirill Antonov, though, would get into the back of Tim Yarshall and fire him down the escape road at turn 1. Kirill Antonov would be gained to the position, as would David Noj. Up at the front, though, Juan Manuel Gomez would be passed by Bent Zupanek with a great move up towards turn 2, and Kirill Antonov will be putting the moves on Gergo Bowdy. He'd overcooked the corner though, and Gergo Bowdy would come straight back through into the final one. A little bit of contact between the two would almost open the door for Jack Keithley. David Noj, though, didn't need a second invitation. He'd fire his way past his teammate of Gergo Bowdy and Emery Chihan himself and get up into 5th place. An excellent drive from where he qualified. Wasn't able to touch this man though. Moritz Lerner running away with things at the front. Incredible drive from him. His 2nd victory in the CUPRA SimRacing Series. David Noj should be starting the 2nd race from pole position ahead of his teammate Gergo Bowdy. Moritz Lerner could only muster 6th position from the 2nd qualifying session, so he'd have a lot of work to do in the 2nd race. Jack Keithley and Moritz Lerner would make a little bit of contact at T1, and then Florian Haase would be passed by Martin Barner. Almost passed as well by Moritz Lerner as he started his charge back up the field, but he'd have to keep an eye on his mirrors as Bent Banky would be directly behind. Florian Haase, though, was aiming to go a bit further forward as he would pass Martin Barner and get himself up into 4th position. A great drive thus far from the German. And then further down the order, Moritz Lerner would be passed by Tim Yarshall. Up and over the curbs he went. So down another position for Moritz Lerner, and things would only get worse for him as he misjudged the braking zone and went off and into the grass and dropped way down the order. This is bad for his championship. Further up the order, though, we've got Martin Barner, who's now having to defend from Bent Banky. Tim Yarshall, though, the greatest cutback of the season, gains those positions. Fantastic work for him. Unfortunately, it wouldn't last, though, as a little bit later in the race, a big contact between himself and Barner, and that would fire him across the escape road. And then down that he would go, and all the way down the order, nearly into the clutches of the likes of Moritz Lerner. At the front of the field, though, Jack Keithley would take 2nd position off of the Mirror Esports driver of Gergo Bowdy and stop it from being a 1-2. There'd be a bit of contact, though, and Gergo Bowdy would get straight back through at the 2nd corner. Return serve from Jack Keithley, who's all over the place on the brakes into the 2nd corner. Contact between the two pushes him off onto the escape road, and then Jack Keithley would be up into 2nd position. Mirror Esports, though, David Noj would be victorious yet again in the CUPRA SimRacing Series.